Hello everyone. I hope you all had a wonderful day today. Happy Labor Day to you. I know some of you may be still enjoying your Labor Day, and that is fine. For some of you who may not be able to make it on tonight, that is okay too. Hi. Hello. Hi, my sisters. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Ronica. Thank you so much for coming and joining me on tonight. I hope you all had a great Labor Day, a wonderful Monday. But I'm not going to hold you long. Let's just get into it. So tonight I'm going to be talking about the red flags of narcissistic behavior. Yeah, hi. Hi, Shannon. And so some of you may not know me, and some of you may know me. Of course, I know Shannon and Veronica, I know you both know me. But for those who come in, they may not know me. My name is Tiffany. My name is Tiffany Moss, and I am a speaker, an author, and I also empower women. So this is my first live. Thank you. Hello, Nasha Baby, Shinyong, and Coach Frank Gregory. Thank you all for coming on tonight. So tonight, as I begin and dive right in, we're going to be talking about red flags. Red flags of narcissistic behavior. And again, my name is Tiffany for those who don't know me. Recognizing red flags of narcissistic behavior is important. And it's very important because when we are getting to know people, we are in relationships or getting to know someone or even working on our jobs, it's very good to know what narcissistic behavior looks like. And the reason being is because we want to make certain that we are guarding our health, our mental health, our emotional health. And so I'll get right into it and talk about what the definition of narcissistic behavior is. Thank you all that's coming in. Thank you for coming and joining live. So the narcissistic personality disorder is a mental health condition characterized by inflated sense of self-worth, self-importance, a deep need of excessive attention and admiration, troubled relationships, and a lack of empathy for others. So people who have narcissistic personality disorder, they have an exaggerated sense of self-worth. They have an exaggerated sense of talent, accomplishments. They believe that they are superior to other people. But below all of that, they are very insecure individuals. They are people who are insecure, who have low self-esteem, but then they project themselves as being superior and having this over-exaggerated confidence, which is just really a facade of who they really are. So tonight I'm going to share 3 red flags of narcissistic behavior. And the first one is lack of empathy. Signs of inability to recognize and care for other people's feelings. Now, they may cognitively understand what empathy look like for as caring for you cognitively, but emotionally, they may not care about you. They may not feel your pain. They may not feel what you're going through, like putting themselves in your shoes. So therefore, they don't have the feeling for as empathetic towards you, but they do cognitively understand that. Okay, so that means they may criticize others for expressing their feelings. So of course you're in a relationship with this person and they may criticize you just for you wanting to express how you feel. Maybe you want to tell them some things that you're saying in the relationship and you get dismissed. So they don't have the capacity to accept healthy criticism. They internalize it and turn it around on you and make it seem like you're the one who have the issue. Men that exhibit these behaviors don't have the capacity to put themselves in your shoes and feel your pain or even cry with you. Perhaps you're unhappy about something and they get upset and say that you're over emotional, or perhaps you're being sensitive. These individuals also have a problem with regulating their own emotions. Sometimes they could be unaware of themselves and their own emotions, and how to regulate emotions and how to realize when they're sad or when they're angry. And sometimes they can be upset and angry, and the issue doesn't call for them to be upset or angry or hostile towards you. And so these individuals have a problem, and they are very broken individuals. Also, they ignore your emotional distress. Yes. You could be upset, you could be sad, you're angry. And so they, like I said, they just dismiss that. They can see that your heart is hurting. They can see that you're upset and not validate your feelings. And being in a relationship with someone who, let's just say, you are feeling upset and they don't validate how you feel, what you're going through. When you're in a relationship, that is the key thing to being in a relationship, is someone validating your feelings, your thoughts, your concerns. But when you are invalidated, how can you be in a relationship with someone and they don't even take the time to validate your concerns? They don't see you. They ignore you. They dismiss you. And so those are some of the very inner parts of a relationship that you need. And so that is considered abuse when someone invalidates you. They don't validate your feelings. So you can bring anything to them and they will see that as an attack. They see things as black and white. There's no gray areas with them. So if you bring anything that shatters the facade of who that they think that they are, they will turn and attack you with their words and get angry. Okay? And so then the second red flag is grandiosity. And it is a inflated self-sense of importance and entitlement. Narcissists tend to have an exaggerated sense of their own importance and abilities. They seek admiration and validation and believe that they are superior to others. They rely on others to validate their importance. They want the attention. They really create this inflated ego to compensate for how they really feel on the inside. They have to be the center of attention in conversations. They have to be the center of attention wherever they go, whether they are at work, they are at church, they're in an organization. They have to be front and center. They have to be in the lead. They want all the attention. If they're in a conversation with you, they're going to over dominate the conversation. They're not going to allow you to have a say. They're not going to allow you to voice your concerns or give your opinion, because they're going to make that conversation about themselves. They're overconfident. They're arrogant, very arrogant people. They also may be hostile, and they also would not like for you to challenge them. They will see anything about you communicating with them as you challenging them. Narcissists may have a sense of entitlement and expect special treatment. So they're not going to make you feel special. Now, in the beginning, they will love bomb you. They will be charismatic. They will be kind. They will say all kind of gentle words. They will be overly loving. It would be a facade. It would be fake. It would not be real in the beginning. But then as time goes on, you begin to see this person for who they really are. You begin to see that that person that you saw in the beginning was just a representative. It was not the true person. It was not the true character of who they are. So the narcissist may have a sense of entitlement. So this means that they're entitled to you. They're entitled to your emotions. They're entitled to you mentally. They feel entitled to your finances. They're entitled for you to be there for them at the drop of a hat. Everything is about them because they are selfish. They are self-absorbed, and everything that you do, everything that you are, is about them. It's about their needs, their wants, their desires. This may look like them pursuing leadership and positions in organizations. In relationship, narcissists can be very immature and act like toddlers if they don't get their way. If they're not getting their way, they are having tantrums. They are angry at you. They are arguing with you because they are entitled. They feel entitled to what you have. And if they can't get what you have, then they throw tantrums. They get upset with you. Another example is they have outbursts of anger. It could be something very trivial, and then they'll just have this outburst of anger. They can treat you wrong, do whatever they want, but then guess what? You can't do the same to them. So they also live by a double standard. So that means double standard means it, for an example, let's just say that they go out. Let's say they go out with their friends. Well, okay, so they go out with their friends, but you can't go out with your friends. Or let's say you raise your voice. No, they raise their voice, but you're not allowed to raise your voice. So they live, narcissistic people live by a double standard. And so the third red flag is manipulation. Narcissists use emotional manipulation by often using guilt, fear, flattery to influence others. They might play the victim in their own story from the beginning. Yes. And so that's how they manipulate you. So when you meet them, not only are they love bombing you, not only are they giving you this fake person of who they are, they're manipulating you with this sob story of what happened to them and what other people did to them. And the majority of the time, it is a lie. So they're not telling the truth, or they're exaggerating the truth, or they're building this story to make you think that this is what really happened to them, where they are while they're trying to play on your sympathy, they have an agenda. They have a motive, a hidden motive. And that hidden motive is to gain your trust, to gain your heart, so they can really do what they really want to do. But we have to be mindful to set boundaries, take our times when we're getting to know someone. That way we can know the true intent of their hearts. We can know their true character. Also, they gaslight you, which is a very common manipulative tactic. They make you doubt your own perceptions, your memories, conversation. This creates confusion and will make you more dependent on them. Some of these behaviors may be discreet, or some may be obvious. But in relationships, they also may accuse you of being jealous, when in essence, they're the ones that are being jealous. They may become defensive with their actions. They project their insecurities onto you. So if they're saying, most of the time, if they're saying that you're insecure, it's because they're insecure. If they're saying that you have low confidence, it's because they have low self-confidence. So everything that they're dealing with or they feel inside, they take and project that onto you. Also, blame shifting is a redirection of their personal behavior that may exhibit in relationships or interactions with these individuals. You may communicate to them a boundary, in a way which they treat you or spoke to you, and they refuse to avoid taking responsibility and consequences for their actions. So that means you could have a conversation with them and you talk to them about how they treated you. And so what they're going to do is they're going to turn it around on you. They're going to make it about you. They're not going to take responsibility for their actions. It could be because they spoke to you in a wrong tone or something that they did. And so then when you come to them and talk to them about it, they're not going to take accountability for it. They're going to take it and they're going to shift it. And they're going to play the victim and say it wasn't you, it wasn't them, it was you. And so that's what manipulation is in narcissistic behaviors. The next red flag is fragile self-esteem. People who have narcissistic behavior, they have a fragile self-esteem. That means that on the outward, they portray having confidence. They are so puffed up, but in reality they have a fake sense of confidence. They are people with very low self-esteem. They also may react strongly to criticism. You may try to give them healthy criticism, and they come across as being defensive, getting angry, all because they feel like you attacking their confidence. They're deeply miserable people who have low self-esteem. They project their inner misery onto their partner. This type of person will subtly make jokes to you, or sometimes they may even call you names. But once you get into a relationship with these people, you will realize that they don't have the capabilities that they share in the beginning of the relationship. In the beginning of a relationship, they're charismatic, they show that they're confident, but as time goes by, you realize that they're not the loving person that they portrayed in the beginning, and they're not the confident person that they portrayed in the beginning. It was all just a facade. They may also exaggerate on their accomplishments. They may exaggerate on the things that they have done, the achievements, the successes. It may be things that they have never even done, but they lied about. Also, they also may talk about some of their talents and their skills. Sometimes some of the things that they say that they've done, they haven't done. And so we have to just, realize that when we are getting to know someone, we have to set boundaries. And when we set those boundaries, we set those firm boundaries at the first red flag that we see, then we safeguard ourselves. We safeguard ourselves mentally. We safeguard ourselves emotionally. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a summary over some of the things that we talked about tonight. And the first sign that I talked about was, the first red flag was lack of empathy. Lack of empathy is when narcissistic behavior individuals, they do not have empathy. They cannot care about you. They do not have feelings for you. They cannot connect with what you're going through. They can't walk in your shoes and feel your pain or cry with you. They don't have empathy. They have cognitive empathy, but they do not have a feeling or concern or even care about you. They cannot, narcissistic people, they cannot feel your pain. The second red flag is grandiosity, meaning they have this self-importance. They feel entitled, so they're puffed up. They feel like they have this overly confident, this over self-perception of who that they think that they are. They're more important than what they think they are. And so when they show up in your life, they send you different things stating that, I'm this or I'm that, So they may be saying they're a doctor or they this, so, and they go in these different places, like they are they're so superior. They act like they're so superior over you and that you're so small and so minute. And then the next red flags I talked about was manipulation, which is very key in narcissistic behavior. They manipulate you. They manipulate you in the beginning to gain your trust by love bombing you. And the key here is knowing that in the beginning and getting to know someone, the key is discerning whether someone is really being intentional and taking their time and showing real genuine compassion and really getting to know you rather than someone just coming in quickly and just love bombing you and just telling you lies and this facade of who they say they are. And so that's why we have to take our time, and if we need to set boundaries or if we have to make a decision and remove them from our life, we need to do that as well. But knowing the signs of narcissistic behavior is very important. And so the first one, like I said, was lack of empathy, not caring for people, not genuinely have a heart or compassion for people, and then grandiosity, not having an inflated sense of self-importance. And then the third one is manipulation, which is narcissists use emotional manipulation by often using guilt. They use guilt. They go into making you feel guilty. They also use a sense of fear. They make you feel fearful, and they also use flattery. So those are the three ways also that they use to manipulate you. So if any of you have any questions, feel free to inbox me. I will be coming on here next Monday and also sharing about the next red flags that's in narcissistic behavior. There's so many different red flags. There's so many different red flags. There's also so many different types of narcissists. But if we know the basics and we safeguard ourselves and put boundaries in order, and we use discernment and wisdom and take our time, we will know who deserve to be in our lives and who don't deserve to be in our lives. So I thank you all for joining me tonight. Thank you for those who just came on. My name is Tiffany. I was talking about the red flags of narcissistic behavior. This is my first time on a live, so I was a little nervous, but thank you all for rocking it out with me tonight. I'm sure the more I come on, the better it will get. But thank you all for coming on and joining me. Like I said, if you have any questions, please engage with me in the comments. If you have a question, please come on and let me know what you think about tonight's presentation. And I will be coming on as much as possible as I can. I'm here to empower women. Although there are women who are narcissists, my audience is mainly females. But it's not like this information is not universal, but my audience is female. So I'm here to empower women and to help women on their healing journey, and also to talk about self-care and taking care of ourselves, because that's what we need to do. So if we want to be better people mentally and also better women, better mothers, better sisters, better friends, we have to take care of ourselves. So thank you so much. Thank you, Monica. Thank you all. Thank you, dyslexia. It's not a bad word. Thank you all for coming on tonight. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you. Bye.